Hi, everybody. I'm Sod,
And I'm Punk.
and if there's anything you need to know about me, it's that I'm
We are
definitely
definitely
not
not
a Popufur.
trashmen.
I
Oh,
what? Sorry.
oh,
One
wait.
day, we'll coordinate it. We'll
One day.
figure it out. We'll get it squared
One
away.
day.
But most importantly, this is the podcast where every single episode we invite a guest to come on and guide us through their walk into their journey into the furry fandom. And this week, I don't want to say this has been our most requested guest because that's actually true, but most critically, this is someone who I view as he's a YouTuber, he's a content creator, he is just overall one of the most joyous pieces of light that has come into my stream so far this year. The most critically, he is the inventor of the Corgi Wiggle. He's someone who I consider a very, very dear friend, and he is America's favorite coffee flavored coffee dog. Everyone, if you could please welcome the one and only Coffeepawt. Coffee, how are you,
Hello.
sir?
Good evening, folks. How are you all doing, man? It's honestly great to be here. Thank you so much for honestly having me on. It's quite a fantastic uh, piece of being able to just be able to be here. I'm surprised, really. I'm excited and ecstatic and just kind of ready.
Yeah. Well, and the whole thing is that like your journey is super interesting because I think the whole reason I started this podcast is because I'm so new to this fandom and Punk has been at this for over a decade and a half at this point that just having
Mhm.
entering perspectives of where people came in on is so fascinating to me. Although I was literally chatting with someone today who's like, I've been in the fandom for 2 years and I'm a newbie. I'm like, if you're newbie, I'm baby because I'm still I didn't call myself a furry till like August. It's November when we recorded this. But like the thing is that like we always I love to know people's stories. I love to know where they start. But
Mm,
with you, Coffee Pot, I wanted to take a different approach
sure.
because I think I could always ask you about where your journey of the furry fandom started. I could ask you about these recent years when the VR thing started up, but I decided to do something a little bit different because I need to know some knowledge too. I kind
Sure.
of want to start right in the middle. For if you could please, my very kind friend and sir and wonderful guest overall, could you describe for me and the rest of the audience what was the Shiba Squad?
Okay, so the Shiba Squad was it was a fantastic group of people that started off by a super awesome creator called Pika.
Hmm.
He basically had this avatar that was made. I'm pretty sure he made the avatar at some point, or like it was an amalgamation of a couple of people's works. I'm not 100% sure on that. But he created this. He created the Shiba avatar, or his community created the Shiba avatar, and basically, it ended up just blowing up. There was a super awesome creator by the name of Rectal Bisque. Awesome name, by the way. People call him Poop Soup. Pretty much that's what it is. but he was basically the videographer of the Shiba Squad, and so he would go around and basically videotape the Shibas. And basically, what they would do is like every Friday night they would get together and they would just get on VR and they would drink and just have a good time. Not all of them drank, but a good amount of them did, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was just a fantastic group of awesome beings that just kind of came together, and it became just a really well known group for a while in VR chat. It was quite a very like people knew who the Shiba Squad were. When they saw
Hmm.
the Shibas, people would be like, "Oh, you're part of the Shiba Squad," and we're like, "Yeah." And so that's kind of how it started. I came in kind of a little bit later after the whole Shiba Squad started, but I found out about them due to their YouTube videos because one of Rectal Bisque's videos was actually recommended to me, and I didn't know that VR at the time actually was even as advanced as it was. Like as much of
Oh.
a nerd as I am, and like I like to think that I keep up with like tech and everything. I didn't realize VR was actually getting that like good,
Hmm.
and yeah. So that's kind of, I mean, on my end, that's how it started. That's how I found out about them. And
Yeah.
I got my first VR headset, which was a Rift S, and
Oh, hell yeah.
the rest is history. One of the greatest things I have ever gotten into, and one of the best communities I could have ever asked to get into.
Yeah.
easily.
So, and the thing is that, like, I know that you are a self-described, if anyone finds you on Discord, you are a self-described VR nerd and computer tech person.
Yeah.
Was that your actual introduction to VR, truly? Or were you kind of like curious
Yeah,
about it
no,
before?
no,
Yeah.
no, no. So I heard about VR and I kind of kept up with it, but honestly, it got to a point where they were like, oh, like put your Samsung phone in this Google, like, VR cardboard thingy. And oh my gosh, look, you're on a roller coaster in Jurassic
Wow.
Park. Woo! And you're sitting here just going, you're like, oh my God, this is so real. Like, no, it was like, I was like, come on, man. Like, nah, I want that like Ready Player One, baby. And when I saw those videos on YouTube, it just blew my mind. I was like, "Oh my God, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to just be this weird dog on the internet being a goober." And it went,
Yeah.
and of course, like with most people, when you have a VR headset, you see people being able to move their legs and arms, and you're like, I got to be able to do that. Yeah, I gotta have that, So like over time, I was able to I went from like having a Rift S, which was like the precursor to the Quest. It was just it was a really I loved the headset, but it was terrible. It had a microphone that was known to turn you into a robot. So when you were talking to people, I would randomly talk to you, and so all of a sudden, just like instant robot voice. And the only way to fix it was to reset the headset, like restart it. So you had to get out of VR, I'll plug it back in, and plug it back in, and they never fixed it. It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm a total nerd. It's just
Yeah. I'll give credit, like, that's kind of like when I was looking into the Shiba Squad, because I know you mentioned that before. Credit to the people that document that shit, because, like, doing a quick
Retro
search,
Bisc, man.
there's a documentary.
Oh, yeah.
There's like, there's all
He
sorts of
was
stuff. Like, you
he
can get
was
into the lore
on it.
quickly. Yeah.
Oh God, he some of the best you could have ever asked for, legitimately, when it came to watching all of it. It truly, when I tell you that community was exactly what I needed in my life. Man, it literally, really, it truly was a blessing. Wonderful, wonderful people. I can't think of any bad things, honestly, that I ever had with that entire group. I really enjoyed them.
So, are they still active today? Do we know?
Pseudo. So like they still, like, Pika PD still has a Discord. I'm still in it. I still check in from time to time and look at things, whatever, whatnot. But most of them they've moved on. They're doing other things, or they're just not in VR as much as they used to be anymore. It's you don't see people running around with Shiba avatars very much anymore in VR chat. Very seldom do you see that. But there are still people who do. But it's not as big as it was, per se. I think, like over time, after a couple of years, it kind of moved on. People started to find their own way and find out where they wanted to go with being in VR chat, and did their own thing. So, but they still meet up from time to time. Sorry.
Yeah. No. You're good. You're good. You're good. I love all this information. Also, those early videos of seeing what early VRC was like. I am glad I'm at where I'm at now.
It's why it's not anything like it was before, man. Oh my gosh, especially I remember the day when they implemented EAC. Man, that whole shit show was just next level. People are like, but my mods, and I'm like, yeah, but your mods are also, because people would get upset with VR chat all the time because they're like, oh, fix this, and they're like, we don't know what's going on. Why is this happening? And then some people be like, oh, well, this is why it's happening, because you have nerds who are like, hey, I know how to code and do this stuff. This is what's going on. And they're like, cool, thank you for the help. They appreciated the community for doing it, but then they implemented it because they were just so tired of chasing ghosts. And so a lot of people got mad at them because they implemented EAC when they actually needed to do it anyways. Because as much as people think it's unnecessary for a VR game to have it, it did dramatically cut down on trolling, on crashing, and etc. in the VR scene. And then secondly, it helped VR chat really kind of go to a highway. Instead of it just being a roundabout, they went on a highway with their being able to actually go from, okay, now we can actually start fixing the stuff that's actually wrong with VR chat, and then go from there. And, of course, a lot of people were upset because there was a lot of mods that were for like some great communities like the deaf community and etc. The people that needed closed captioning and etc.
Mm-hmm.
And VR chat is doing everything they can to implement that. Are they perfect? And of course not. No, absolutely not. But are they trying? Absolutely. Do I still support them with VR Chat Plus? Yes, I do, because VR Chat has took my life from being mundane and terrible and boring to literally one of the best things I have ever done in my life.
Right. And if you know anything, Coffee, he's not going to jump to Resonite. That is for sure.
Good God. Oh, good Jesus. Oh, dude, you're gonna come over to chill out VR, man? Oh yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah. Here, let me go to a place that runs even when there's only 4 people, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm sorry. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a place for them. Yes, it's for the uber nerds. Those are the ones that are just like that just like to have a sandbox to play with in VR. Congratulations. You enjoy that. I'm gonna go over here to my walled garden VR chat. Yeah, like being able to just go, and it's truly one of the best experiences, But yeah, no, never. I'm a VR chat lover, hands down, 100%. Like that, it's
VR chat veteran. Yeah,
the veteran. Oh yeah. I've been in it for about 8 years, almost 8 years.
Oh
now,
wow.
I think. Yeah, I've been.
Wow.
I remember being around the Uganda knuckle phase. Do you know the way? Oh yeah, dude. I was part of that. I was a part of that, bro.
Dude,
I was running
came in
around
right after that phase. Like I remember Shiba Squad. That's when I got into it. But I was like right on the cusp of the Uganda knuckles, like right at the tail end.
Dude, I love that. Oh my God, I had so much fun. I'm pretty sure I showed up in a couple of videos too, but I didn't have the same. I changed my username since then. When I first started, I wasn't, when I first started VR chat, my name wasn't Coffeepawt. It was like, I can't even remember. And then like, I had my persona, but I didn't want people to know who I was at first, because I was kind of like, this is like the Wild West for me. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But after I found the Shiba Squad, that's when I started to kind of cement myself with Coffeepawt. Like at least on VR chat, I've been Coffeepawt for, oh my God, 17, 18 years at this point.
Yeah,
like
incredible.
Yeah,
wow,
that's
it was
amazing.
awesome.
Punk, do you have any horror stories from the early days of VRC? I'm just curious.
I mean, the black cat, of course.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows that. The Great Pug. If you're on
the
PC.
Great Pug! Oh my God, I missed the Great Pug. Oh, geez, sorry.
I've had some great interactions at the Great Pug before.
Oh, that's what we call them. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's been so many stories that I've had of my earlier years and running with like different groups of people, and like I know I joined a cult on VR chat at one point.
Oh God!
Accident. That was fun.
Joined the cult
on accident.
Joined
on accident.
Yeah. Like, it was like brief story. We were in the Black Cat. I was hanging out with 2 friends. So I don't know what kind of avatar. It was like one of the kawaii ones or whatever, like an ego or whatever. Came over, didn't say anything, dropped the portal, pointed, and we're like, nah, we're good. Left, came back with 2 more people, same thing. Eventually, 10 people all in the same avatar came over, dropped the portal, and we're like, okay, let's go. We went there, and I just remember just this world filled with different islands, like floating in the sky.
Oh no!
And just this long pathway, and there's just people lined up on this pathway. Real people, mind you. And there had to be like 25 of them, and not one person said a word.
Oh, that's
no
creepy.
one said anything, and we're like, "What's happening? Where are we going?" They're like just motioning to follow them, and then we get into this little center square. There's a guy standing there. They point to the avatars, so we had to change into this avatar, and then finally they're like, "Oh well, now that you got that out of the way, let us introduce you to our community. We're 3,000 people strong." And I'm like, did we join a cult?
God. Oh my Jesus.
Dude, it was so insane. me and my
like
two
an
friends.
introduction to Jonestown, man. Jeez, bro.
I was so amazed. He had this whole speech. It was just a surreal
Speech?
experience. Yeah, there was a whole like 1 minute speech, and it sounded something like from a movie.
Was it like a guy on a podium or something?
Yes,
like...
he was like in the dead center.
Oh my god!
So he was in dead center, and there's people around him, like actual players. And he's like, if you look at these islands here, each one is going through the same thing you're going through right now.
God.
What the?
It's just Scientology. I swear to
Oh
God.
my dude, for real! Like, hi, buddy. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Hi, come in here.
Dude, it was amazing. I'm like, I can't leave. I have to see where this goes.
The curiosity is too great at that point,
Dude,
right?
I mean, you are in VR. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, they put in that much effort. I had to stay. I mean, come on. It was amazing.
Imagine standing in a line on a VR game, bro.
Just for a bit.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Dedication to them.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
You don't want to spend the rest of your day pointing to other avatars to change into that avatar or sitting on a platform. I don't know, seems like a good job. Seems like a fun time.
Right?
Here's the list of approved avatars that you can change into at any time. Thank you. You know, like what the hell?
Oh, it's one item. That's weird. Anyway.
So yeah, that was early days of VR chat.
Oh my god!
Crazy. Oh boy. Well, I've been told repeatedly to stay away from the black cat, and so far I've held on to that. So we'll see.
No! Oh God, no! Please! Seriously! On God, for real, no cap. You know, even though I'm old, I'll say that stuff to get with the younger crowd. Legitimately, if you find an adult instance of the black cat, it's awesome.
Yes, I do agree with that.
It's so much fun. Because I remember going in there and, you know, as my furry avatar, and I get these people, some of them are like, what is a furry doing here? And I'm like, boy, you're Nico. What are you talking about? You're diet furry. You got a tail and ears. Why are you coming at me, bro? You're already half of me anyways. Like, are you sure about that? Like, come on, bro. Come on. It'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's awesome. If you ever get a chance, try out the adult instances of it, like, because it's actually fun when you're paired with like adults, like people who actually enjoy 100%. Just
go with a buddy. Use a buddy system.
But oh my gosh, no, go rogue by yourself. Try it out. You'll be fine. Trust me.
Coffee, will you be my buddy?
I'll be your buddy. Sure, I'll take you to one of those instances. No problem. I got you.
God, what are we committing to? Most critically, before you joined the Shiba Squad, obviously as part of being the Shiba Squad, you had to be a Shiba. I think that's probably cult-like, one of the requirements, maybe. But before then, was your Sona a dog, or did you have another Sona prior to that?
So it's kind of funny, right? Because at first, so when I started the fandom, I was Zeph the Cabot, Zeff the Cabot, and this is back in the Disney. Okay, I'm talking like, you know, like my persona was like a cat rabbit, and it was like I went to furry conventions, Further Confusion, like back in like 2013 and 12, you know, like. You know, when I was young, like in my early, like 19, 20 years old. And I started off as a Cabot, and then I went from there, and then kind of like Coffeepawt, the one, I remember I was like 19, 20 years old, and I was just like, man, this like doesn't fit me anymore, dude. Like, you know, this is like a young me, and I'm an adult now. I need to have an adult persona. Imagine thinking that in your head, by the way. What a way to think, right? My adult persona. Woof, that's cringe. And so like, you know, I just like, I was like, you know, and at one point I was like, okay, what am I going to be called? I'm going to have to cement my name down. And I just remember just going through the process and going, oh, I love coffee. Okay, so of course I was doing like, oh, my name is Mocha. My name is Mocha Latte. My name is Caramel Macchiato. My name is Biscotti Stick. And I'm like, dude, this all sounds stupid. Like, man, there's got to be something else. And I just kind of remember one day just kind of going, you know what? I love coffee. Cool. And I love Paws. Paws over Maws any day, by the way. Come at me. I don't care. You can anytime. Thank you. I appreciate it. Beans are life, baby. And I just remember going, okay, I love Paws. And so I was like, coffee, Paws, coffee potistic, coffee potastic, and then
Not
at one
coffee
point,
potist.
no, I'm serious. I was just going through the names. I'm dead serious.
Right.
I 100%. And at one point I was like, coffee pot. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. PAWT sounds like pot. Wait a minute. I'm coffee pot. So when I would join, when I would people had a hard time saying my name for the longest time because they're like,
unless you're a New Yorker.
Hey, what are you doing? It's over there. It's a coffee pot. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like I'm serious. Like the guy, and at one point I just went coffee pot. Oh, coffee pot. PAWT sounds like pot. Coffee pot. Boom.
Done.
And it's like that's it right there. Bada bing. There's the name. Bada bing, bada boom. Got it. Seal it. Send it. And then I went from having like my whole persona has always been coffee themed, and I've always had the 3 hearts on my back. One distinct thing was like having a latte art design on the back of my fur. I used to start off actually when I was in the Shiba Squad. That's when that's where the original idea of like because I had a Fenix avatar, whatever, whatnot. But like when I joined the VR chat, I went through like different types of personas, but I know it sounds kind of weird, but for the longest time, when I first started off on it, I would say about a good 10 of those years, 10 of those years, I didn't have a persona. It was just whatever I was feeling at the time, because nothing felt right. I tried to constantly think about what fit me, and I was like, nothing is just when I look at it and I say, I'm like, that's me. Like that's coffee pot, And then when I joined the Shiba Squad, I was like, I'm a dog. Yeah, man, there we go. I'm a Shiba dog. Okay. So then I was like, I'm a Shiba Inu wolf mix. And that was my persona for a while. I was like, that's it. And then I used to have a pattern of a bean on my fur on my chest that you could see actually on my Shiba avatar when I first got it. But I matured the look over time, and then I found Tosca, ex Tosca, and her avatar work is incredible, and I instantly fell in love with her ideas and designs, and she's such a wonderful friend of mine. Absolutely amazing being. And I just remember she came out with this avatar called the X Doggo, and I was a Fenix at first. When she brought out the Fenix, I was like, "Ooh, I'm a fox! Like this is feeling right." But as soon as I saw that dog avatar, that X Doggo avatar, when I saw that, I was like, "That's it. This is it. This is me. That's exactly how I." Like when I saw it, it just, how when you look at it, you look through the desserts on a fucking Denny's menu, man, and you look at it and you go, that's good, that's okay, that sounds kind of scrumptious, and then you look at that one thing, and then all of a sudden it hits like a freaking Applebee's fucking chimichanga cheesecake, and you're like, that's it right there, and just like I saw that and I was like, that's it, boom. And she was so nice enough. Not only did she make the avatar, she actually paid a professional texture artist to do my avatar, and then took artistic freedom with it on how it looked, and put it together like from my Shiba design and my Fenix design, and then threw this look together. So the coffee dog look that I have now wasn't specifically all me. It was just my general, like, this is what I want this to have, like this marking and this marking and this marking. But beyond that, I was like, have fun. Like, I love artistic freedom. I'm like, go for it. And then she paid a professional texture artist to make the texture work for that X Doggo avatar specifically for me. And she wasn't even going to charge me. She was just like, here, like, you're a friend of mine, bada bing, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, did you did you do this too? And she's like, oh no, I had somebody da 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 da. And I was like, no, no. I paid her straight away for the texture artist. I was like, no way, you're already giving me an avatar that, and I was all about just, I would do like photo shoots for her because I had full body tracking. So I would she would make a new avatar and she would post it on like her Gumroad and etc. And I would be the guy that would be posing. I'd do poses or cute little videos showing off the avatar, how it looked like when it sat down, it stood up, how it looked like when it moved. You know, like when you see it in full body, it's a little bit more like, oh wow, like it really kind of comes to life. And I just remember I got the avatar and I saw it and I put it on. And I just remembered that one day I looked at myself in like a mirror on VR chat and I started crying, bro. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but like when you finally have that persona that you look at, and you know, I'm a 37-year-old man, you know, and at the time I saw that and it just went like, I was like, it felt like me. Like, I looked at it and I was like, holy crap. This is me. Like, this is who I feel like. And it was a really cool thing to kind of connect with. And I'll never forget it. I literally cried because I'm a dog that wears his emotions on his sleeve, man. I'm really bad at holding emotion, and trust me. And I legitimately, and I just told her, I just said, hey, you know, thank you. Like, you really made something special for me. And I don't think she understands how much I love it. I still wear that avatar every day. It will be my avatar probably on VR chat for the rest of the time that I'm on there, to be real with you, because it's just how I see me. So anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to go on a full on monologue there. Forgive me. I'm sitting here yapping.
I love it.
Fine. Yeah.
I mean,
please.
That emotional connection thing is real. Like, again, for me, it's the thing where, again, the whole point is that, like, when I was doing this music project of mine, which was kind of like my way of kind of giving back to a degree to thank the streamers who helped me out. And I was like, I want to have animatics. I want to have art. I reach out to Patch Bandit, who is this artist who I really looked up to. And it's like, can you do it for me? And he's like negotiating down of like, is this too ambitious? Is this the right amount of payment for you? It's his first one. So he was willing to experiment a little bit. And when I got that fucking email that had the rough draft of the rabbit character Spence, who's basically become my fucking identity online at this point. Like, when I saw that fucking original draft, that stupid grinning face out of the preview thing on Gmail on my phone email while at work, I immediately started tearing up, and I was like,
it's crazy, right?
Fuck? What the fuck? Like, it was like I was not expecting to have an emotional connection to a fictional thing that was drawn specifically for me, but
it's so strong. It's so strong, that connection. When you see it, man, like when you finally find that persona, you just know exactly. It really hits you like a ton of bricks, man. I get it. I know that feeling. I had that feeling, man. And it's something when you look at it and it blows you away. It really does. It takes your breath away sometimes. There's still sometimes when I look at my avatar and I just look at it and I'm just like, wow, like this is me. And it just feels right. So I get that.
Yeah. But did you have a similar emotional reaction when you saw a movie as a youth called The Neverending Story?
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Oh, I knew at some point, my voice breaks. Oh, that's great. We love that. Let me take a drink of my gamer wine over here called Mountain Dew. Hold on.
The finest. It's a good year of wine this year. So anyway.
Yes, the 2025 of the 08 2025 Mountain Dew. Good year.
The red alert. Your lead.
Yeah, no, you have to get the Halo edition red alert.
Halo edition. Yeah,
that was the good year.
Gotta get my code on the inside of the cap.
Good year. Oh yes, only the best of gamers wine.
only Halo 1.
Only Halo Combat Evolved, sir.
Yes, Halo Reach. Anyone? Halo Reach.
Halo Reach. How did you think that was good? I'm sorry. I thought. What was the? Oh gosh, what was that? Halo Reach. I loved Halo Reach. That was awesome.
The ODST one.
Oh, ODST. Sorry, Halo ODST. My favorite Halo, hands down. By the way, just throwing it out there. But no, So, I know SawdEye was gonna freaking throw me out like that. So basically, a lot of people when they meet me, they're like, they're like, yo, man, you like Unk status, bro. Like, how did you find out about the furry fandom? And I was like, hey, back in my days, I had to go and dial up. And it took 3 hours to load Angelina Jolie's upper lip. like it's just one of those, like one of those things, right? You just so unironically, my love for furries kind of started, even though Never Ending Story was a little bit, further down the road, like age wise, like time wise, because I mean, like, what was it? 1984. So like, I grew up with, I knew, because Never Ending Story was one of those movies. I just remember I was around like 10, 11 years old, and I was like, yo, man, that dragon Falcor is like really cute, I was like, hey, hey, and then of course I found out about furries when I was 12 years old. So just as an FYI, because you're probably wondering, I'm guessing, correct, SawdEye, that you want to know how or why I got into furries. I used to go to
might
this
be
website.
The point of the podcast, might not be.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, right. So I went to this website. It was called ocremix.org. It was a website where they would remix video game music. So and they had a forum back in the day. And what people don't know, what a forum is imagine people doing post-it notes, but online. Okay, so it was just a way for people to go, lol, here's a picture and this is cute, or like write something and send it back. It was like an instant messenger, but without an instant messenger. And so I remember that there was a there was a forum post called "A Furry a Day Keeps the Hentai Doctors Away," and I was like, "What the actual fuck is that? What does that even mean? Like, what the hell?" And I remember, man, I was 12 years old, and I went on there, and I was just like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, there's like Dr. Comet and like Jeremy Bernal artwork." Okay, like if you know who those people are, if you look up their artwork, you're like, damn, that's the good shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like dad's, like your uncle's like pre-made cigarettes that he makes on his own little thing, and then you see like Dr. Comet or like Jeremy Bernal, and that's like the Marlboro Reds of the community right at that time. That was the high quality, dude. That was up there, man. And I just went like, I was like, oh, okay, so it's like Maid Marian with tits. Nice. I was like, nice. I like that over there. I was like, so hell yeah, sweet. Yo, man, is that Digi? Is that Renamon with titties? I'm like, hey, yo. I was like, I like this. Hell yeah, man. And then it just kind of blew up from there. And so I always had this infatuation with Falcor. I don't know specifically why. I still don't understand why, honestly, to be real with you. It was just one of those things that like I saw him and I was like, oh, he's cute. And then I kind of grew up and like around like 16, 17, I thought I was like, I was going through the phase of like, I'm like, oh, I'm gay. Like I'm gay coffee now. Like I like boys. And then I was like, I really got into Falcor a lot. Unhealthy measures of Falcor. And then because I know if I don't say this, my wife is going to come in here and barge through the door to tell everybody, because she loves telling people. So there was also this character from a non-furry, by the way, but I had an absolute crush on when I was younger, and that was Titus or Titus from Final Fantasy X. I unironically like I was like, yeah. Oh man, like that. I don't know why, but he does something to me, man. I'm like, yeah, he's cute, I don't fucking know what that.
It's that sword.
It's that, yeah, the sword, the big girthy sword. So like, it's a sword, yes. And so like, it really kind of like dawned on me how like I was like, oh, like I being raised on like Disney and everything like that and whatnot. I was like, yo, like Maid Marian with boobs and like Renamon with tits. I'm like, dude, this is great. This is awesome. I love this. This is I was meant to be here. And that was kind of like my introduction to the furries. And it kind of ever since then it started to grow. I was raised in Sacramento, California, so I used to be part of the Sac Furs group for a while. And it was a group, they're still around. They still do meetups and whatever and whatnot. But yeah, it's just a group called the Sac Furs. And I used to go out on meets and everything like that and whatnot. I got to meet awesome furries, had a wonderful time. And it just kind of blew up from there. It just kind of blew up from there, honestly. And that was my introduction to furries. And it just, yeah, awesome.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. So did you properly have a Sona until Zeph
No.
the okay.
So Zeph was because I used to watch this anime because I was huge into anime when I was younger. I
Mhm.
was a weeb. Okay, what people call see back in my day
Was?
they called us they called us otakus. They
Oh
called us
yeah.
otakus. We weren't known as weebs. Weebs was like a 2000s term and it stuck. But we were called otakus, like to the point where I had a thing called My Otaku. It's a website where like you just post all this stuff about like anime and whatnot. It was like MySpace for anime. It was so cringe, bro. And
It'll be in my top eight.
oh
That's
my,
assured.
yeah, my otaku I think was like I think I was Kinky Yaoi Man was my
Oh
name on
yeah.
my otaku.
Hell
Oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. It was crazy. I was like this is a great username.
I'll join that
Um,
cult.
oh yeah, Jesus Christ. So Zeph was because I watched a show called Tenchi Muyo and there was a cabin and I was like, oh, okay, like that's cute. My persona is a cat rabbit. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, okay, because I was young and you kind of flip flop between everything and whatnot. And yeah.
So I think this is number one. Thank you so much for telling me this story because I feel like this is like I've known some of these things. You mentioned some of these things on your streams that
Mhm.
you do like almost every weekday on TikTok. They're in the wonderful and such a joyous place to be. But most critically, I just mentioned these streams on TikTok here as we're recording this near the end of 2025, but this was also the year that while you've been on VR chat for a long time, this was the year
Yeah,
that you started streaming in
correct.
earnest. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. I started streaming on TikTok about 5 months ago now, I think,
Hmm.
because I think I started in July.
Yeah.
So about 5 months now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because it's like
I was like,
one,
I think when
two,
I
three,
saw
four,
you, I
five.
was
Oh,
in your
about
fifth
five.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what inspired you or what made you decide to try putting yourself broadcasting yourself out there?
Um. Honestly, to be real with you, I started streaming because I was really at a low point in my life. The year was rough for me, and I was just dealing with a bunch of like just like mental health stuff. Where I was trying to like work through stuff and nothing was latching on and so I would go on VR chat to have an escape, right? But really I there was a couple of furs Otter Wolf, Yoshi Bear, Pokefenaru. I followed Pokefenaru when he streamed on Twitch and he really helped me and we created a bond and a nice friendship over that time and he actually came and visited me a couple of times and hung out for like the 4th of July and everything and it was awesome. It was a wonderful time and he kind of goes, he's like, you're really good at talking. He's like, you would be a good streamer. He's like, you legitimately have that natural draw to you. And he was like, you should try it sometime. He's like, if you ever get the chance, he's like, I would give it a shot. And I was like, okay. And I just remember one day I was like, you know what's the worst that can happen?
Right.
I had a TikTok. I had a TikTok for over about a year at this point. And all I did on my TikTok, and it's still, you can actually look back at it. All I would do is just take photos of VR worlds and do main character poses and just show off really cool looking worlds with my
Hmm.
persona in it. And over time, I was at about 1,300 followers at the time. And I just remember just kind of going live. I just remember like one day I'm just like, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. I was terrified. I was absolutely nervous. Even though people tell me I'm a huge social butterfly, I'm really easy to talk to. I have crippling social anxiety. I was like, okay, so my first time I hit the live and I looked at everything and how it ran. And TikTok Live Studio just made it stupid easy. What a fantastic program. And I was just like, okay, here we go. Like, I had a general idea of how to do it. So I was like, okay, let's try this out. And I just remember my first stream went from, I started doing it and I started it off because my streams were about, I felt like when I started streaming, I wanted it to be about the fact that I wanted to just make people laugh. I like making people laugh. I love making people laugh. Like that, if I can make somebody smile for at least 10 seconds a day and make them forget about issues that is going on with their life and everything like that, and a way to kind of push past maybe some negativity that they're dealing with and just kind of forget about it for a while, I feel like I'm doing something, right. And I just remember I did my first live stream and I did it for about 2 hours, I think. And I I had a blast. I was nervous, I was shaking, I was stuttering like crazy. Like just, I was fumbling over myself. But I was like, I really enjoyed this. I was like, wow, I'm really enjoying this. And then over the span of like a couple of weeks, I started having like regulars. And I'm like, I honestly thought after the first week I was gonna fall off. I thought I was gonna stream. Some people would think it was funny, and then I would only get like a couple of views.
We're over. We tried the grand experiment. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then just kind of fall off and fade into obscurity on the streaming thing. But oddly enough, it went from 0 to 100 for me really quickly. And to a point where like now it feels so secondhand to me. It feels so natural. Like after the first week, I was like, okay, I know what I'm about. I know what I'm doing. Like I looked at what other people were doing in their streams and I was like, okay, I kind of like this. I don't like that. I kind of like this. I don't like that. And I always wanted to make sure that if anybody came into my stream, that I didn't have all this flashy stuff, all this crazy stuff going on, because I wanted people to know that I was there to listen to them. I was there to talk to them. I was there to just be a friend, even if it was just for a day that they needed it, just somebody to talk to, even if you never see me again or speak to me. But it was just an impact that made your day at least a little better and helped you kind of move past the negativity or something going on in your life. And that's it. It started to become something where I was just like, okay, this is what I want it to be, So I just started doing it myself on the way that I wanted to. Truly,
It's probably unlocked more things than you could ever possibly have imagined.
100%. I can't begin to tell you how much I love and appreciate being able to stream now and having regulars, which is something I never thought I would ever say. And now I have a Discord community full of just wonderful beings that we try to lift each other up. And it's pretty great. It's sometimes we go on video calls in there and it gets funny and active and it's all adults, it's all like 18 plus. And so it's just a fantastic community of just adults, just being able to talk and just be themselves and do whatever you want to do while you're on a call or video call. And it's just, I love it. It really has been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Truly.
Yeah. It's been wild because for me, like I respect Punk so much because he was there in the hardcore early days where it was just like you, like finding it out through internet forums and what felt like kind of almost like obscure language or like almost like kind of this was such a niche thing that there would be no way it would possibly ever be even remotely close to mainstream or even accepted. And now it's just there are so many VR streamers. There's so many people that have found community through it, and so many people that have now just opted for like, I'm not even going to get a fursuit. I'm going to get a custom avatar because it's cheaper and I can wear it anytime I want, and it does not get smelly. Which seems like a small thing, but anyone who's been to a FernCon, I heard it's a big thing. Like, look, it's like such a small thing, but like, it is such a different era to come into it now. And now it's the point where, for a lot of people, these VR chats, these VR streams are their entry point. They are those OC remix forums. They are that Sunday Paw Pet show. Like, it's such a different and wild thing, but the resiliency and strength of the fandom isn't its popularity and growing, it's ability to adapt to the times, because furries are always going to be in goddamn tech, and they will always be at the forefront of whatever crazy thing comes up. And I think that is the strength, and also is just a testament to what it is. Like, it's just, yeah, no, that's kind of how I feel about the whole thing.
No, definitely.
I will say, though, this has been so far an incredible conversation, I do need to ask you a couple things real quick, though. Number one, first and foremost, I don't want to relitigate the past. I don't want to bring up anything crazy over here.
Please.
But in June 24th, 2014, on your Twitter account, you said, "Work, work, work. Thinks of booty. Twerk, twerk. Ugh, I hate that word. Damn me for thinking of that crap. Do you still hate the word twerk? Do you have an aversion to the word twerk? I need to know." Yes, no, maybe.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait. What now? Wait, hold on. I'm confused. What are you talking about?
There's
I'm
an
like,
old tweet of you from 2014 that said "work, work, work," in asterisks, thinks of booty, twerk, twerk. Ugh, I hate that word. Do you still
oh,
hate the word
oh
twerk?
my god. Oh my god. Yeah, because I had this stupid, that freaking
Yeah.
work, and it would not leave my head, and so I just put it out on a tweet, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm like, man, I hate this word though, like in the back of my head, and I felt like if I voiced it, if I put it somewhere, you know how like when you play a song and you hear it and then it's stuck in your head and you're like, God, this song sucks, but you can't let it go. The melody's stuck in there. And then I just remember at one point I was just kind of like, I was like, maybe if I just write it down. I'm like, I'm just like, okay, maybe that helped, and it did help a little bit. But yeah, no, it was because that song was stuck in my head. I can't. You dive deep for that one, Jesus Lord, have
Your
mercy.
Coffeepawt. We have to know.
Swear. Oh my god. The reference.
I listen. You're welcome, Puck.
Man,
Absolutely.
you threw me back there.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
All
me
right.
too.
So last two things I want to talk about. Number one, and this might seem like a really, really stupid thing, but I'm just so genuinely curious because a lot of people, when I've been doing my journey, when I've been doing all the things, putting out music, which is actually happening soon, and like other things, a lot of people kind of like, what are your dreams? Do you have a follower count you need to hit? Do you need, or like any of this stuff? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have any goals for any of this stuff. I just do. Like I've just been going through it with I say yes every day to one thing that scares me, and which has not been my philosophy for the longest time, but this fandom has absolutely been opening me up to it. Since you've now reached a point where like have been growing in followers and you have this community and like some people actually like know who you are outside of streams that didn't know you prior, which is such a
Yeah, like
beautiful
at
and
work.
surreal experience. Right. Wait, I mean, hey,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Is now that this is a fundamentally, especially the VR streaming aspect has kind of changed your life, is there anything that you're specifically looking to do on your furry journey? Do you have like specific goals that you want to try and hit now, or are there things that are achievable that weren't before?
Honestly, I that's a very good question. I truly, what I want to continue doing is, first and foremost, I want to continue streaming.
Hmm.
I'm working hard to get my my machine replaced soon, so I can continue doing that, and that is a
Hmm.
hope of mine. But more so, my goal out of this, my goal of streaming and doing this, truly is just to show people that there are people that are willing to listen to them, that are willing to interact with them, that are willing to just kind of say hello when you pop in. I would love to be able to. I don't plan on stopping streaming anytime soon. I enjoy it way too much. It's become such an integral part of who I am and how I've become, to the point where I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to go buck for
Hmm.
buck on this. When I started streaming and started doing this, my wife has been nothing but amazingly supportive through this entire endeavor, because she had told me, she's like, you started streaming, she's like, and I have never seen you so happy in your life. She's like, you are so in your element when you just get to yap at people for hours.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, what do you mean? She's just like, you can talk. You have the gift of gab. You just, and I truly, the what I would love to do is continue to be a warm spot in streaming, where somebody can come into my live There's not all this crazy stuff going on. There's maybe some background music and me just laughing or me wiggling or making a joke or being crass from time to time, but just feeling like when you come to me and you talk to me that I am actively trying to listen, that I am actively trying to talk to you, that I am trying to interact with my chat. Because without them, what are you, right? How are you going to stream to nobody?
Right. Chat
And
is God in its own way,
chat is
truly.
God, exactly, 100%. My goal out of this truly is just to be a space where people feel like they can come in, they can say hello, they can shoot a little bit of a joke, shoot the shit, just be yourself, talk about what's going on in your life, talk about something that's, maybe bothering you or relationship stuff or nerdy stuff, video games. How do I fix my computer? What's good for this? What's good for that? And I just like being able to spread the knowledge that I have in my head to other people and help them. And that's what I've always been about. Like I'm not trying to gatekeep anything. I'm not trying to gatekeep my community from, and like there's, and even in my Discord, there's a space for people to post, hey, I'm going live. I'm like, go ahead, you can do that, totally, go ahead, do it. Like show so that other people can come and watch you. You know what I mean? I love being able to use my knowledge in computers and everything like that to help other people find really good deals or just find a way for them to do their own type of streams, whether it be VR streams or not. And my goal at the end of this, of course, I keep on saying that. I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record.
Oh, you're fine.
I want to continue streaming. I love VR chat. I will always do my VR chat content. And maybe at some point, like when I get the computer situation figured out, I do plan on doing some streams of like maybe some different games, so that it's not all that. And I'm currently in the works right now of creating a VTuber model out of my dog, and so that I can do like some VTubing stuff and talk to people while I'm playing video games. So we could just talk while I'm playing a horror game or whatever type of game that I'm playing, and go that route from time to time. But I'll mainly be a VR streamer, and just I would love to get a fursuit someday, absolutely, and I would love to go to conventions again, 150%. And it's really crazy to me that I get some of these bigger people that come in, like Punk and whatnot, and they say hi to me. Or I had like Snake Venom come and say hi to me, like Bruce and Pup Davey and all them people, and they pop into my stream, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm a small fry compared to you, buddy. Like, what are you doing here? And they're all super nice, and I'm just like, what a cool community. Like, it's just, I just want to be somebody that people feel like they can talk to. That when you see me on VR, I'm not different in real life. What I do in VR is me. It's just me unfiltered.
Yeah.
It's just me being able to be my favorite version of me. And being able to be there for people and do stuff like that for them and make them smile. It's the best part of my day. I feel like for once in my life, I'm doing something that is impactful, that is helping people. And it's something I didn't think I could do, beyond being, a mundane friend in real life. But I've learned that through this community, I am making impacts with people. I am making people smile. And I get messages from people telling me how much they appreciate me and how much they love watching me and how much they just really enjoy it. And every time it's so hard to think about it, because I think about the messages that I get and from the people that it happens to, and it makes me cry, because I sit there and think about the fact that I am making an impact on people and it is resonating with people. And I want that to be the main goal. My main goal is to be just that person that you can talk to, that you can come to my stream. You don't have to give me gifts. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to like anything. You don't have to share anything. If you're just there talking with me, that's what I care about the most. And that's how it has been and how it always will be for me. You know, I'll never have a gift goal. I'll never have a top contributor thing or a top like person, because I want everybody to feel like when they come and talk to me that it's because I'm there to talk to them. It's not a transactional thing with me.
Right.
And it will never be a transactional thing with me. And I just, it makes me happy that some people can see that. They truly feel that. And as long as I get through to people like that, I feel like I'm doing something right. And I'm just, you know, I blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
The number of times that you, I mean, again, I think I've told you a little bit, but the way people talk about you outside of streams, when people like, the number of times that people have said that seeing your streams has completely altered their life is more than one, more than several actually, because that is something where like they just genuinely, truly connect to your energy and your authenticity and everything else about it. Like it's just, I was there. I think again, I was on stream number 5, and within, you know, story for the audience. Within like the first, well, I knew you were something special because on that very first stream you called me Stinky right away without even knowing anything about me.
Oh yeah,
I was like, immediately, I knew. But then it was like within a couple days, you then got on a Discord call. No, I loved it. I got on a Discord. You got on a Discord call with me, and you wanted to show me what your streaming setup was. And there was like the cozy comfort.
Cozy Creations. Yeah,
Cozy Creations. Yeah, there was the Cozy Creations blanket that you had, and there was like, here's the base station setup. Like you just were so excited about it. Like, yeah, let me show you all these things. It was like, wow, this is a lot of trust really quickly, and it was so cool. It really was. It just like, I genuinely mean that. Like I just kind of knew immediately out the gate that this was going to be someone that I was going to be connected to for a long time. And as much as I still have these moments of like, oh my god, I do a fucking podcast with Punk, that is fucking insane.
Cool. Yeah,
you know, like it's just, it still brings me so much delight, and it gives me enough confidence to say, Coffee, before we do our final evaluation of whether or not you're definitely a Popufur, we have a lightning round for you. I hope you're ready. I hope you're strapped in.
Here we go. I feel like
cappuccino versus espresso.
Oh God, don't hit me with that one. I love espresso, but cappuccinos, man, it's where it's at, dog. I gotta be real with you.
Cappuccinos are pretty good.
Cappuccinos are damn good. I ain't gonna lie. It's that little bit of milk and sweetness, baby.
Chef's kiss. Mwah.
Ooh, mwah, mwah. You know what I mean? Bada bing, bada boom. 100%.
Fortnite or Marvel Rivals?
Oh, dude, Fortnite all the way. Hands down.
Done. Not even a question. Femboy leggings or maid dress?
Are you talking about personal likes or?
You interpret that how you wish, baby.
Oh Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go with what Punk might say, and I'm gonna say leggings.
Wait, what?
What? I'm saying
you're not wrong. Honestly,
catching strays over here, Punk.
Yeah, get the strays, baby. Don't worry, my fluff will catch you, buddy. I got you. I got a seat for you.
Wait, Punk, what is your answer to that?
Leggings. He had
leggings. Got it. Yeah, definitely leggings.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Best Uncharted game.
Freaking Thief's End. Thief's End.
Thief's End. Got it. Yeah. Great. Best Robin Williams movie.
Oh, that's so hard, man. Oh God, you know, honestly, here's what I'm gonna say to that. Best Robin Williams movie, and this is gonna be hot take. 1 hour photo. I know it's not crazy.
Okay, honestly, yes.
Yes. So people sleep on that movie so damn hard, bro. Seeing Robin Williams in a horror movie like that, he sold that shit way too good. Way too good. He freaked me out, bro. I was like, yo, you're a little too good at this. When I saw that movie, I instantly knew like that was that to me was like, he's a magnum actor. He can play any part. He can play an adult, he can play a kid, he can play a weirdo and a serial killer. Like 1 hour photo, like that. Wow. Like 10 out of 10. Like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that. I am so glad you said that. Like that.
Nobody knows about that movie. I feel like
it's slept on. It's slept on, bro. Like, oh my god, yeah, no, Bicentennial Man. Like, no, dude.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
Oh
shit.
my god,
when dreams may come. I'll come. I'll tell you that. Yeah. But yeah, that movie, Mark Romanek, music video director. That was the first film he made. I have a deep connection with Mark Romanek. I love him so much. All right, two more final questions.
Sure.
Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy X2?
Do you want my real favorite Final Fantasy?
Girl, I'm here for it.
Okay. Because I'm gonna supersede that question by saying, I don't care what anybody says. Final Fantasy IX was the best Final Fantasy of all time. Like just do the whole Beyonce.
Even without Titus in there. Even without
Titus in there. My God. Dude. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Titus rocked my boat, but like, Final Fantasy IX, best story, best characters, best battle system. Dude, 10 out of 10. Like, oh my God. If you haven't played Final Fantasy IX, and especially with the Maguri mod nowadays, like seeing everything in high definition and models and everything like that, dude, Freya. Oh, my car's name is Freya. My favorite Final Fantasy character is Freya. She is the Burmesian rat from Final Fantasy IX, and now that is like that's like my ultimate like furry crush, like 100%. Like Falcor is my male furry crush. Freya, Final Fantasy IX, female furry crush, hands down, no cap.
Perfection. Last but not least, I think it's just for us to know, and in case anyone doesn't know or hasn't attended your streams or doesn't know this about you, I need to know, what are the official lyrics for the Corgi song?
Oh my God, no! Oh my God! So I not to take I took artistic freedom by using a Blue's Clues song. And it, it's supposed. I got like
I'm unfamiliar.
It was based off of the "We just got a letter, we just got a letter, we just got a letter. I wonder who it's from." Wow, and then I went from that, and I was like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I started off going, "We just got a corgi, we just got a corgi, we just got a corgi." And then I can't remember. I would say, oh, like that's my favorite thing, or oh my God, I tried different variations of it, but that was the basis of the idea. I try to kind of I try to mix and match it a little bit so it doesn't get too stale,
right.
But that's kind of where I base it from, so what I've been doing recently is I'm like, thank you for the corgi, thank you for the corgi, thank you for the corgi, because that's what I like. Yeah, boom, and that is what I would consider the quote unquote official lyrics. Yes,
yeah, we're gonna put this on Genius.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, and just thank you, by the way, for having me on, man. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we have to do. But unfortunately, we have to do one final assessment, though. Sure. Punk, if you wouldn't be so kind. We've looked at the statements. We look at the facts. We've looked at the Corgi song. Is Coffeepawt a Popufur? Can he hang with us?
I think
it's a tough question every time. You think he can? You think he can hang with us?
I think he can vibe with us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He does have a Discord server, which is one of several points.
That's true. That's true. You have to have a Discord server.
I do. Yeah. And I'm encroaching as of this time almost 8,500 followers on TikTok. So I'm getting up there. Yeah.
Okay. Popufur Among Us. Another new Popufur has touched the beacon.
Touch the beacon is crazy.
Unfortunately, at this point, my husband, I think, was more internet brain rotted than me, and now due to this fandom, I am absolutely more brain poisoned than him. So it has been a journey on negotiating that part. Most critically, though, Coffee, thank you so much. I am so grateful that you were here. I am so genuinely honored to call you a friend. Truly,
ditto.
And I hope that you can join me and Punk when we at the same time decide to end our podcast by saying the title of the podcast, which is I'm definitely not
a Popufur.
Definitely not Okay. All I do is said, all right, thank you for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.